it wasn't even a we. It was a Barry. Barry hit the wrong button, like the grandpa he is, and majorly fucked shit up.
Oh, but at least it was funny. This is a very awkward position. There.
Okay.
And we're good.
Do we have anybody yet? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. We have a couple people. Okay. Sorry. That was my bad entirely. This is what happens when you let a technology illiterate grandpa run
So true.
your live streams.
So what had happened was we were trying to hit the go live thing and Barry accidentally selected the wrong microphone. So for this thing to have any audio quality at all. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Anyway, I get people.
Okay. Yeah. So everything. Okay. Yeah. Everything looks good.
Goodness. I also delete. I don't think I told you about this. We forgot to delete the tweet that we had scheduled wrong for last week's Q&A.
Oh no.
So it's been, this week is jinxed. This week is deeply cursed.
Everything is fine.
It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, we have questions. Thank you. Somebody in the chat complimented my hair. Thanks. I usually wash it on Sundays before Q&As, and I didn't do that yesterday because I was tired. So it's
Sundays before Q&As?
Yes. Yeah, I usually do it the Sunday before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that like we had Q&As on Sunday. I was like, that's not.
No.
We did record episode 2 of season 2 yesterday, though.
Yeah.
And you guys know how we said that season 2 was going to be lighthearted and fun?
It's lighter. It's more fun.
You want to move because your face is blocked.
Yes. I was trying to get to my laptop. Yeah, season 2 is lighter. It's more fun. It's just also.
Al made me cry for the first time, like full on like sob during recording yesterday. So that was, and I'm like one of those trans dudes that like T stole my ability to cry. Yeah. I don't cry very easily, and Al made me cry like little baby yesterday.
It was a lot.
Season 2 is going to be fun, everybody.
Season 2 is going to be fun. It's a fun season. It's a fun season. We're having fun.
We have a lot of shit to clear up in the first couple episodes.
Yeah. A lot happened. Anyway, we have questions. Let's open up with, can you talk about this week's episode playlist and say which songs are about which things or from which character's
Let me pull that up real
point
quick.
of view? I love questions like this because, like, the episode playlist, I think they add something. They add a certain je ne sais quoi to the episode.
Well, and we do work really hard on them. Like, we sit down every week before the episode goes up. And, well, actually, all of the season 1 playlists are done now.
Yes.
And we're in our new production schedule, we're doing them the same week that we record them.
Yes,
but,
which we have to do. Episode 2.
Oh, God. Great.
So, let's talk about the episode 18 playlist.
Okay.
For everybody, if you don't follow up with the official Spotify and you don't listen to the episode playlists, episode 18, we have, pull it back up, please, so I can see it on screen. It goes in order: Brand New City by Mitski, Bethlehem Steel by Delta Ray, The Wooded Hills Along the Black Sea by the Mountain Goats, Therapy by All Time Low, the re-record version that they put out in like 2018? 2019. Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus and Runs in the Family by Amanda Palmer. Woo!
You should go look us up on Spotify, though.
Yeah.
Not the show.
Not the show. Yeah, we have a profile where we put playlists.
That is also
not to plug it, but
yeah, that is also called Compelled Duel. Like, and it has the album art, and it has the official art and everything. Like, it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah, we do a like 6-ish song playlist for every single episode. We have character playlists. And we have playlists that are exclusive to our patrons. What?
Nothing. And then we have ship playlists too. Yes. A couple of them. Yeah. And there will be more coming during the hiatus because we have a couple things that are scheduled to go up during hiatus. But yeah, so talking about the episode playlist. Yeah. Brand New City was a Leo song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought it fit in with the thematic element of like going into Gimtarum and everything.
Yeah. What's the line? If I stopped trying to be pretty, I wouldn't know how to be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to be alive. Yeah. It's something like that.
Yeah, that was kind of Leo's. That song was thematically about like Leo internally addressing everything that happened with Zed at the end of 16, and then also going into a huge Volduran metropolis.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then Bethlehem Steel.
Bethlehem Steel is actually a song about Moreland Valsine.
Bethlehem Steel is the opener of the official Moreland playlist, which you can find on our Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon. But Bethlehem Steel is the opener for the official Moreland backstory playlist. And toe to tip, it is about Moreland and about the Volduran War. Like, specifically the two and how they coexist, or not coexist, how they shaped each other. Like, explicitly every single line of the song
is about Moreland Valsine.
Yeah, actually, let me pull the lyrics up so we can. We put a lot of thought into this, but it was a few weeks ago. I re-listened to the episode playlists the entire weekend after the episodes come out.
Yeah, the line "A restless kid wants to use his hands. He's got a real quick trigger and some new demands. He grows up fast and he grows up real. And when he comes around, he finds there's no more steel." He's got
the same old rocket and a new disease. Bethlehem Steel was a lot. You can put your faith in the government, but there's no more steel left in Bethlehem. That had some implications.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of the Moreland playlist, actually. You can only get it. You can only get it if you're on the $2 tier of the Patreon, but it is really good. $3 tier, sorry.
Yeah. But it's good.
I also have an Elisha one that I posted yesterday too.
Oh, I think actually we'll keep coming back to the episode playlist thing because there's a question related to this that I would like to go into. Somebody wanted to clarify, did Moreland, spoilers for episode 18, more than usual, kill his brother and his sister-in-law? And they clarified that that's who Valoran and Adriel are. Yes. Yeah. And his dad. But we implied that less strongly, but like, yeah, his brother, his sister-in-law, and his dad, he killed all of them.
Not all of them personally. He did personally kill his brother. But,
he very personally killed his brother in his bed because he didn't want the Volduran War to end with Ashuria conceding things.
Capitulating,
Yeah. Like, explicitly because he wanted revenge for the Volduran War, Moreland Valsine killed his brother, who he was very close with, and then later killed his father so he could get on the throne.
Who he was not close with.
Who he hated. But
Yeah, it's a like when I talk about how I've done all the backstory development on like all of Leo's uncles and aunts and everything.
Yeah.
That was like the one person in Moreland's family that he liked. And he sure did stab him in his own bed.
Yeah. Like, and by the way, just so everybody's clear, that is one of the big things. The cat's trying to open the bathroom door. That is one of the big things that Elisha knows that is her leverage on him.
Yeah, when we were talking about how she had evidence of something that was more. Sorry, our cat's being a bastard right now.
That is the big thing. That and what happened to Adana are the big things that Elisha knows that she could fucking ruin Moreland's life with very easily.
Because she was complicit in both of them.
Yeah. If she wanted to, she could tomorrow just tell the entire country, by the way, the current Archduke killed the former Grand Duke and the former Archduke so he could get his position. And she could just do that and it would be fine. And it wouldn't be fine, but she could do it.
And that's why she could say whatever the fuck she wants to him.
Yeah, literally. So to answer the core question, yes, you read that correctly.
Yeah, you read that correctly. He absolutely did kill his brother, and it fucked him up forever.
Yeah. That lore dump was a lot of us trying to like walk the line between making things clear and not like patronizing the listeners.
Yeah.
Like if we need to clarify things, it kind of goes in the Q&As. Like we were trying really hard not to be heavy-handed about it because we thought it worked better if it was implied.
Well, and we'll be digging into it later too, you know.
But at this point in the story, we thought it worked better if it was implied. But like, to clarify, everybody that caught the implication, You're right. That's what happened.
Yeah, and it was a super fucked up situation because, like I said, they were very close. Like, they were incredibly close.
We've done a lot of character work on the other Val signs.
And
most of which we won't be able to.
The fact that we're not going to get to unpack my whole big meta about the fact that Valorant and Adriel Valsign had a lavender marriage, and that's why they didn't have kids by the time that they both got killed off,
because they were both in like well into their 40s.
They had separate bed. It was a well-established lavender marriage.
And I love that about them. The fact that we don't get to see them in podcasts is just so sad. But like that was one of the things we built a lot of, like the characters and the dynamics of like the parents' generation, especially because
that informs their trauma.
Yeah, like. We both think it's kind of disingenuous when you're writing a story that centers on inherited trauma to not go into the facts of the people that passed on that trauma. Like it's a real disservice it would have been a real disservice to Fee and Leo to not go into it. Like,
well, and to just make Moreland like this purely like one-dimensional, like he's just an asshole to be an asshole.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Like he is an asshole.
Yeah.
Like did kill the fratricide and patricide do speak for themselves, and regicide technically.
And the fact that he took out Adriel, which he didn't technically probably need to do.
I think she was probably getting too nosy, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but like that wasn't necessary for what he wanted to do politically. He just did it to cover his ass.
Yep. So like horrible person, but there's
horrible, but
there's layers. There's a lot of layers there.
Like an onion, horrible but layered.
God.
Yeah. But yes, going into the playlist again. The third track. Trying to mess with our mouse. Ba-da-ba-ba. Third track is "The Wooded Hills Along the Black Sea" by the Mountain Goats. That is the first time we have heard from Talindra on an episode playlist. Let me pull up the lyrics. Riff while I type.
If we don't put a Mountain Goat song on an episode playlist, who are we? That's the only riff I got.
Oh man. helpful. Yeah, there were a lot of lines in the song that felt very much relevant to Talindra's backstory coming up for the first time. Like, known to exist, hard to find. Absolutely. But the burden of exile gets easy to bear. Sometimes forget there's cities down there. Yeah, like that is very much Talindra's, like the inciting incident of Talindra's backstory and everything that she did after, like her self-imposed exile in the tower, her work as a folk hero, but like not joining people and joining groups and not like putting herself out there to socialize with anyone. Like the Wooded Hills Along the Black Sea is very much informative of her perspective and like her psychological state for essentially at least for Vane's entire childhood and like a few decades before that. Like as long as Talindra has existed, that's pretty much the summary of her psychological state is that song. And I felt it was really important to have it on the episode playlist because of the dump of like her backstory and her trauma. Yeah, it just felt like that should be the first time that we hear from her on that should be the first time we hear from her on an episode playlist. And it's gonna
be the last time we hear from her for a while because reasons.
For a while, yeah. This is not to say it won't happen again, but like
it's gonna be a little bit.
It's gonna be a bit. So it was important to have that on there, I think. The next one was the re-record of Therapy.
Do we have to talk about it? Like
Leo's having a bad time.
Yeah.
Arrogant
boy, love yourself so no one has to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our entire rationale for putting that on there. Is just woof. Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus.
That's the nightclub song.
Club music, but make it Leo's Ed.
Yeah.
I was born to run. I don't belong to anyone. Don't need to be loved by you. This feels like the time to clarify also. Just so everybody's clear, we think we've implied it pretty well, but we just want to be explicit. Leo's Ed endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to be extremely explicit.
They're gonna improve. We get it. We get that this weekend was We get that this week was an exercise in frustration. It was for us too.
Yeah.
We wanted to just bash their heads together.
Yeah. Snack them together like Barbies. But Leo's at endgame completely. And it has been an exercise in frustration for us recording the early parts of season 2. So we're just like reassuring ourselves also. Leo's at endgame. Please be patient.
We promise it'll pay off.
Yeah.
We promise it'll pay off. You just gotta hold on.
Yeah. It's just so much. Call that, I wouldn't even call it a slow burn. It's like one of those candles where the wick's like a maze.
Or it's like one of the fucking birthday candles where you keep trying to blow it out. It's like a trick birthday candle. It just keeps relighting.
Yeah. Leo said real.
I promise they'll learn how to have a normal adult conversation very soon. Very soon they will learn actual communication skills. Well, you were making the joke about how what happens when you get the sensitivity of someone with BPD with the rejection sensitive dysphoria from somebody that has ADHD, and you throw
what you get is Leo's.
Yeah. You get
I'm gonna state an innocuous statement about how I'm feeling right now. Oh, so you want me to die?
You want to kill me?
You want to bury a Bowie knife in my chest? You can just say it. Like,
that's not.
Yeah. Both of them. Both of you, calm down.
It goes both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. This is the experience that I'm having right now. Oh, so I'm making your life miserable? Yeah.
Something stupid.
Something stupid. OTP, something stupid. We got asked, actually, why didn't Leo and Zed talk to each other like people?
That whole joke that we just made, it's not even really a joke. Yeah.
Like, like the whole thing was just, I think the end of the episode was very much just them both being like, okay, I can't talk about this situation, so I'm gonna get hammered and try to just work it out. I'm gonna hope it works itself out, especially for Zed.
And really, what person in their 20s having romantic troubles hasn't had the thought, you know what, if we just get hammered and make out, maybe this will all solve itself.
It'll solve itself. Especially Zed. I just want you to picture what was going on in the background of the club scene, which was Zed just fucking shotgunning whiskeys and going, okay.
Oh God, he's in sequin booty shorts.
I lack of impulse controlled myself into this one, and I'm gonna lack of impulse control myself out.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like literally, that was what happened shortly before.
And then you had Leo, who on the other hand, like literally not even an hour before had like straight up told Celica, I don't have any genuine human connection in my life anymore. I desperately crave it.
I hate them so much.
We promise. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
The reason they didn't talk to each other like people is because they're both repressed. And speaking of the club scene, in a sense that is separate from Leo Zed, we got asked to talk about Riverity.
We like them.
It started as a joke.
It did start as a joke.
It started as a joke. Okay, listen, like way before this episode came out, we were talking about Ravane and Verity accidentally have a lot of parallels. Wouldn't it be so fun if they were friends? And then
it all just kind of spiraled out of control.
And then we were looking at episode 18. We were like, wouldn't it be so funny if Ravane and Verity are just making out in the background? And that's the foreshadowing. And that's the foreshadowing that Team Fee is also in the nightclub. It's just Ravane and Verity. And it was just mwah, mwah. But it started as a joke, and we're now very invested in them, actually.
I have a lot of really like soft schmoopy thoughts about Ravane teaching her to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to get an apartment. I want them to travel the world.
I want them to get a weird pet, like a snake. Yeah.
An iguana.
An iguana, yeah.
Yeah. Like, There's no deep reason for them. We
just
like them.
Yeah, we just love them. We think they're great.
Them. We think they're fun.
I just like the dynamic of Verity going, "Oh wow, our sun signs are so compatible," and Ravane saying, "I don't
know what that means,
but
it's so cute.
But you're so wonderful. Please hold my hand."
It's like the Rapunzel Flynn Rider dynamic, but they're both Rapunzel.
Yeah.
It's just mwah.
We do love Verity.
We just love them. We have no plans for any drama with them. They're just gonna have fun.
It's fine. We have the other ships we have going on have enough drama. Yeah. We just need Verity.
Verity can be the comic relief. They can just have fun. They can just be cute. There's so much else going on. We're just very fond of them and their nice dynamic. Just a couple of sheltered nerds traveling the world together. Yeah. Oh, and then we have to go into the last song on the playlist, which is Runs in the Family by Amanda Palmer.
Fun fact, that's the last song on next week's playlist, too.
Yeah, fun fact, Runs in the Family is the end track to both halves of Near Misses. Near Misses parts 1 and 2. Runs in the Family is the last track because... the line, they'll say that I'm crazy, but they would say anything just to shut me up.
Yeah.
Is very Val Signs.
Well, and then, like, there's a whole bridge at the end that is just so Leo. Let me find it.
Yes.
That,
Yes. I'm also looking. We're looking up the lyrics separately on our devices.
And running is something that we've always done well, and mostly I can't even tell what I'm running from. Run from their pity, from responsibility, run from the country, and run from the city. I can run from the law. I can run from myself. I can run from my life. I can run into debt. I can run from it all. I can run till I'm gone. I can run for the office and run for my cause.
It's a really long bridge to read out loud on the Q&A.
I can run using every last ounce of energy, but I cannot run from my family.
Fee vibes as well.
Yeah.
There's a reason that this is when they're meeting up, and there's a reason that we use that song. Oh, and like the one lyrics that were very good for what's the grammar in this sentence? The lyrics that were very good for Fee in this song. Well, I'm well, I mean I'm in hell. Well, I still have my health. At least that's what they tell me. If wellness is this, what in hell's name is sickness, but business is business, and business runs in the family. We tend to bruise easily, mad in the blood. I'm telling you because I just want you to know me. Know me and my family. We're wonderful folks.
Yeah. You'll see that next week. You'll see that next week. You'll see that next week for sure.
We're sorry that we just read so many of the lyrics for Runs in the Family by Amanda Palmer
out
loud.
But a very disturbingly accurate song. Yeah.
So anyway, it's the end track on the episode playlist for, again, both parts of Near Misses.
Can we tell them about the perception checks now? Wait.
I don't think we'll go explicitly about it. You will find out why Leo was rolling those mystery perception checks next week. Just so everybody knows, if he caught the mystery perception checks that he missed every single time.
It's what you were thinking it was for.
Yeah. Yeah, we recorded 18 and 19 the same night because we just wanted it to be like, okay.
Tight, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted it to be extremely tight, and we wanted to be very deliberate about it. What's our other questions? We also got asked, how's Ravane doing with Fogbolter?
Enchanted.
So, enchanted. I think he's very overwhelmed. Well, like, Ravane has not spent a lot of time in cities before.
He's never spent any time in cities, right?
No, he spent time in, he was in Lockham and he was in...
Well, yeah.
I agree. Like, he was in Tordunian cities, but that's a very different animal. Like, Ravane was a very sheltered, what am I talking about? Ravane was very sheltered as a kid and, like, didn't spend a lot of time around people. And then he got dropped into the equivalent of, like, modern-day Boston. So, he's very overwhelmed. And I think a lot of... Sorry, I'm going to take a cough drop. I think a lot of what's going on with the magic in Volguldur is like shit he has never seen before and shit that has like never occurred to him to think of because he just didn't have the experience necessary to be like, oh, this is a possible thing that you could do. And I think it's very, I just think it's very strange for him and he's very overwhelmed and he's, I would say, enchanted by it.
But also there's nightclubs and pretty girls. Yeah.
But also there's nightclubs, there's pretty girls.
Big libraries.
There's big libraries. People are doing fun things with magic. He saw a train. What the fuck is a train?
Ravain's in fucking Disneyland right now. Like, yeah.
Well, and like, I've said this before. Ravain is someone who is nervous about his own tendency to self-isolate. It is impossible to self-isolate in Volguldur. Like, to an extent, we're all alienated and isolated under late-stage capitalism. But beyond that, sorry. But beyond that, it's hard to physically self-isolate in Volguldur. And that combined with just how much is going on in an arcane sense, like the fucking Wizard's Tower, that if you punch the code in, it just transports you to a different floor of the Wizard's Tower.
Yeah, like one floor of this whole Wizard's Tower is just a fucking TARDIS.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's so cool. We had fun with the world building for Volguldur. But like, that's so cool. And Ravain is first and foremost an academic and a magical scholar. And he is, in Disneyland. Like, this is just shit that he has never fucking thought of in his life that people are just doing and that he could just ask about and he could just learn about whenever he wants. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's having fun. He got to go see some cool magic stuff.
Yeah.
He got to go to a nightclub.
I think he's like this close to sensory overload, but in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. We got asked, did Ereve immediately recognize Leo? I should have gotten to these other questions on here earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't put them in order this week, guys.
It's okay. We can just backtrack. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Did Ereve immediately recognize Leo? If yes, why didn't Leo recognize her too? Ereve...
I would think that... Well, Ereve's very observant, first of all.
Yes.
And Leo is...
Not.
And
Leo's a dumbass.
Well, it's not that Leo's a dumbass, because like we do, we do a lot of ragging on Leo for like being a dumbass. Like Leo has a pretty high int score. Leo has damn near max whiz. Like he's not stupid. It's just that like at the point of his life when he would have been able to tell Ereve on site, he was very like arrogant and self-absorbed and didn't really care about the people around him. And Kalessa had a lot of exes at that point. It's like that joke about
Kalessa had a lot of exes and Soren had a lot of classmates.
Yeah.
And Leo just wanted to be a party prince.
Yeah.
And is that so wrong of him?
Kind of.
A little bit.
But he's getting better. He's working on it.
He's getting better. Yeah, but as to whether Ereve recognized Leo on site, I don't think it was immediate because they didn't interact face-to-face a lot. I don't think.
No, I don't think they were. Well, she's a good bit older. Like not a good bit, but she's a few.
Yeah.
She's the equivalent of a few like elf years older than Leo.
I think
like
said 2.
2 or 3, yeah, because she was older. She was older. She's older than Soren.
Yeah,
but like barely. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think she's never interacted with him personally, but also he was the Grand Duke for a very long time. So I think it was kind of like, where have I seen that face before for Ereve?
And then he opened his mouth.
Yeah. And I rolled it. And then he chose to go with the alias Valorant Shakrana.
He was under pressure.
Yeah.
We were both under pressure.
Yeah, somebody in the chat was saying that. Yeah.
We were both under pressure. And he rolled ass on that deception check.
Yeah. But yeah, the choice of alias being Valorant Shakrana was like, because
he's never had to have an alias before.
I know.
He's really bad. Leo's really bad at this being an exiled person wanted by the law thing. He's super bad at it.
Yeah. But yeah. Ereve recognized him pretty instantly. And what I was rolling in that scene was a deception check. so that she could try and make sure Leo couldn't tell that she recognized him.
But I rolled insight too well.
Yep.
And then that led to him grabbing Ravane by the back of the neck and being like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the combination of Leo being self-absorbed as a teenager and Kalessa's revolving door of exes just kind of made it, and like how many classmates Soren had at the order, made it very difficult for Leo to like process who that was. And Leo's a public figure. So, oh, and then yeah, I should have gone into those questions earlier, but my brain went right over them. So how did Celica and Talindra track Team Leo down?
I am interested in this. I don't know this.
Talindra spent a lot of time in the woods.
What did she just wait to like smell Ravane on the wind or something?
No, I think she was. Here's the thing. I think she was tailing him when they got abducted in Lockham.
Oh no!
Like I think she was like in the shadows waiting, and then he got abducted, and that threw her off her game a bit. Yeah, like I put it down to a mixture of like tracking expertise.
Yeah, she's a druid. That makes sense.
Yeah, and there was something on her spell list. There was something on Talindra's spell list. And I'm pulling it up on the website. Sorry, guys. Come on. And I can't remember what the spell was, and I'm sure everybody who is actually good at D&D is yelling at me in the chat.
Is it locate creature?
It might have been locate creature. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah, locate creature is a 4th level spell.
It only works out to 1,000 feet, but
yeah, but that's a bit. Oh wait, no, locate creature is way longer. Oh no, it is 1,000 feet. Yeah. So I think she just kind of used a mixture of her tracking skills on locate creature until she figured it out. It comes down to the fact that Talindra's very skilled, and also they needed to be there because sometimes that's how storytelling. Pidge. Hi, Pigeon.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry.
But yeah, you would figure that she's a pretty experienced tracker. I mean, she's been living in the woods for how many 100 years? Like,
yeah. It's also worth noting, it was pretty public that Leo and his entourage were captured and locked up in Estremouth. And like,
well, I don't know how public it was because Eleonora had no idea.
No, after the fact.
Oh, after they broke out.
Yes.
Yeah, that was probably a big scandal.
After they escaped, it was pretty public, so I think she had a good place to start from. But yeah, some things you just leave the details of up to fan work. Sometimes that's what being a creator is.
Apparently.
Hey. Otherwise, Unraveled wouldn't exist. Oh, and then we got asked, expand on Talindra's backstory. So, yikes. When I was going into Talindra's backstory, it was very much, because as we've discussed, Talindra and Celica are a traumagenic system. So, like, neither of them existed before this inciting incident. The original, like, host of their body was a teenager who had a job on a merchant vessel, and that merchant vessel got taken over by pirates. And like everybody else on it was abducted and carted off to presumably Loxagallen. And Talindra managed to like dive off and then like spent a lot of time dissociating in the woods. But like we very much had to bring that up before the season ended to introduce a lot of the conflict of the later parts of the series. Like, it was essential to the plot that we went over the fact that Australian pirates have been bringing people to Loxagallen before we got into season 2.
And that there are Australian pirates. Because, well, and like, because as I pointed out, Leo had no idea. And like, you have to figure Leo is pretty much one of the highest echelons in Australian society that you can be, and had no clue. And that's not just by virtue of like Leo being a dumbass, like we joke about pretty often. He very intentionally did not know. People in Australia are told that if there are pirate troubles and if there are ships that go missing in the Dragon's Maw, which if you look at our Illyri world map, it's the fantasy Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. It goes between Ilneus in Australia, Cave Shore, and Pearlport in the Zephyr Isles. Yeah. It's the fantasy Bermuda Triangle. So people in Australia are told that like when ships go missing in the Dragon's Maw, it's Stormfolk. It's not Cave Shore. It's another city. Oh yeah, it's another city further south of Cave Shore. But people in Australia are told that like when people go missing in the Dragon's Maw or when ships go missing, it's Stormfolk pirates. Yeah. From the Zephyr Isles causing shit. Like
everything that we've done with incidents relating to Luxgallen has kind of been building up what's going on there. Like because we started with knowing that
with
Adana got sent to the
Adana. Yeah, we started with Adana.
And then we started with Sabine getting abducted in Embertide.
And then like
to be taken to the island.
Yeah, and like there being a history of people from Embertide going missing.
Yeah. So we established like, first of all, okay, people get sent to the priesthood and are never heard from again. Then we established people are being abducted in Australia to be taken off to this island. Then we established
all of Soren's research on that. Yeah. Like
then we established Soren and like how many people are dying there, and that politically splashy criminals are often sent to Luxgallen to die.
Like that was yeah,
and it's covered up. Like that was what we were establishing a lot with Soren being sent off in the Beacon Part 1, the end of the Beacon Part 1, the beginning of Beacon Part 2, and then, like, with Celica and Talindra, we needed to establish, okay, this is something that is extending beyond their own borders. This is not just Australians doing this to Australians. They are doing this to other people who have nothing to do with anything that is going on here.
Pidge, stop attacking your brother, please.
Sorry. And, like, it is an international problem. It is an endemic problem. It is a huge thing. And we needed to establish the existence of Australian pirates before Season 2 started. Because
you'll pirate
season.
You'll see.
Yeah. We've said Season 2 is the best. So we needed to have that conflict pre-established, which is why it needed to go in episode 18, despite how packed episode 18 was.
Yeah, we're sorry that it was like an hour and 20 minutes long.
Oh my goodness. What else do we have in here? Oh, and then everything else we got was silly questions. So, I think we can open up the last 20 minutes to fun questions. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you had something you would like to ask. As the player.
Why are you like this?
The time to ask that was way earlier in our friendship.
And I know the answer anyway, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, open forum.
Everybody in the chat, open forum, silly questions. Go ahead.
Well, and they don't have to be silly.
They don't have to be silly.
Yeah, if you have something serious, like feel free to ask it. We'll
ask anything. We will go off of what you ask, but open question time. And silly questions that we got early.
Can I bribe Pitcher Woody to get info? Woody's too stupid to be able to tell you anything.
Yeah, you could bribe Woody with food, but he's too stupid. He doesn't know anything. Oh yeah, we got asked a lot of, because we've said we can't expand upon info relating to Mia Sandus.
And that has made some people very angry.
Yeah.
And has generally been regarded as a bad move.
I recognize that the DMs have made a decision, but given that it's a stupid ass decision, we got asked, or I think I responded to somebody and said, you have to ask more specific questions about Mia because we can't just riff on them because everything is spoilers. So we got asked some specific questions about Mia Sandus. What's their favorite knife?
The one they gave to Leo, probably.
No, I don't think so. You know those like rainbow butterfly knives? Yeah. Or like the knives that have skulls on the hilts. Gay knife. How do they like their tea? The jokey answer is with whiskey. The serious answer is no cream, a lot of sugar. What meme best encapsulates the vibes? Knife cat.
Yeah.
Or the little kitten screaming, the little screaming kitten, "Father, I crave violence."
I like Knife Cat.
Yeah, Knife cat too. Father, I crave violence. What is Father, I crave violence? If not, there will be blood, boys.
Yeah.
But in the internet. And then somebody said, I want to know gay little facts about them. What's their taste in music? Dubstep.
God.
Something with a beat. Something danceable. Or
Lemon
Achilles
Demon.
Come Down. Or specifically Achilles Come Down. What show would they watch on Netflix? I'm thinking The Get Down, but that's just because I like it. But also because it has some strong vibe. It's a good show. It's good to watch.
I feel like they'd be into Umbrella Academy too.
Yeah, just for the combat music with the weird
just for the combat scene with Istanbul, not Constantinople playing in the background.
Been a long time gone. Constantinople, get the works. Mia's thoughts on Sprite. It should be as crispy as possible. Mia Sandes, ASMR, Mia Sandes in a McDonald's at 3 a.m. drinking the crispy Sprite. Delicious.
As to that recent question, we cannot answer that and will not.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to read the question out loud or?
No.
No, that's fair. Can't answer that one. And then our last fun question. Our last fun question was diagnose literally every important character with one meme.
Oh, God. Thea's This Is Fine.
Thea season 2 is the update to This Is Fine. This is not fine.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how did I let it get this bad?
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. I feel like Leo is a hoe never gets cold, which unfortunately is Cardi B, but
Yeah.
A hoe never gets cold.
That's why he trances naked.
Yeah.
Kimroll counts as an important character. Kimroll as a meme is just skeletons oohing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Oh my God. I'm trying to think of memes. Why can't I think of memes?
I feel like Eleonora is white guy blinking.
Or the wife. I the fuck you lying guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eleonora. Oh. Eleonora's having a bad time.
Am I a total bastard if I say Soren is the guess I'll die guy?
Barry!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My sense of humor is extremely fucked. I know that was bad.
Oh my God. Hang on a second. I'm scandalized. That erased all knowledge of memes out of my brain for a second.
We're done. We're done with that question.
We're done with that. That I need a second.
I know. I feel bad. I felt bad about it as soon as it came out of my mouth.
Oh my God. Everybody yelling in the chat, I'm with you. I see you. We could riff on the, while everybody is sending more questions in the chat, we could riff on the dynamics with the parent generation, because I know you had a lot.
Well, we are going to get to meet one of the aunties.
Yes! Nora.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh, so good. They have one cool aunt and then one aunt that is really not cool, and then one milquetoast uncle that is still alive.
We're not going to meet the milquetoast uncle or the...
We might meet the milquetoast uncle.
That's fair. We're definitely not going to meet the live, laugh, love aunt. Jorana, please. We made jokes like as we were setting up the plot about Jorana, and about her kids who are all like,
we need to establish the birth order first.
Yes.
So it went Valoran, Morlin, Jorana, who just fully fell victim to her eldest daughter syndrome and became a live, laugh, love wine mom with a Valium prescription because of it, with an awful husband and awful children.
Yeah, we don't like them.
And then Nora, and then Boreas, who's the baby, who's the milquetoast uncle that's a mathlete.
He's just minding his business. He is just minding his business.
He's an accountant.
But yeah, Jorana, we have joked about how she is the mother of the bad cousins, like Fia and Leo's cousins that they hate so much.
There are 3 of them, and they're all...
I think we described them as frat boy,
young Republican,
and
Veruca Salt.
Yep. They don't have names. That's just how we talk about them. Frat boy, young Republican, Veruca Salt. And the big joke that I've been making about Jorana is just get out of there, ma'am. Just divorce your husband. Eat, pray, love your way out of this one. I've never read Eat, Pray, Love.
And neither of us ever will. But
no. No. I get the concept. Just get out of there. It won't make you cool, but it will make you not married to this man or taking care of these children.
Yeah, all of them have at least a couple sorcerer levels because Astrarian royalty. It is what it is. But quite a few of them have multi-class.
Yeah.
So Valoran was just straight leveled sorcerer. That's the only straight he ever was.
Stop it. It's rude to joke about the dead.
He would admit it to anybody that asked.
We do just love the concept of Valoran and Adriel's lavender marriage. It's just...
They were best friends their entire lives
good.
And just kind of went, you know what? If this has to happen, at least I can stand you.
Yeah. Like 90% of our discussions are just us doing hypothetical dialogue for characters that won't show up in the podcast to establish their dynamics. Oh, somebody asked, oh my God, did Morlin kill his gay brother? Yes, but not for homophobic
reasons. For homophobic reasons.
For revenge reasons.
Yeah.
He was very close with his gay brother. He just did murder him. Oh, somebody asked, I remembered a question I had. Did something happen with Zed and Mia when Leo and Ravain were at the library? Zed had a very tight grip on his arm and Mia was furiously smoking.
That's not why Zed was upset.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it was that Mia probably did come on to Zed when Zed was having a bad time, but also Zed had a lot going on in Gimtarum because of the Leo situation and because of all the trauma that got brought up when they were staying with his mom, and and also Gimtarum is a city. There's a lot of stuff there. It's very easy to get certain substances that Zed should not have access to. So,
and that's why Zed was tense.
Upset.
Yeah.
Mia was smoking because Mia smokes. Yeah, Mia just smokes. Mia is unbothered by everything.
But going back to the uncles and the aunties.
Yes.
Valoran was a straight leveled sorcerer. Morlin is a straight leveled sorcerer. Jorana, I think, is also a straight leveled sorcerer.
Yeah.
Nora has 2 or 3 sorcerer levels, and the rest are paladin.
Yeah.
She's buff.
We see her later.
She's great. She's the one.
Great.
Yeah, she's the one we actually get to meet.
Yeah.
And her kids are fucking rad too.
And her wife guy husband.
Yeah, she has a very small wife guy husband, and she's a very big buff lady.
Yeah, because that's the best dynamic in fiction.
Yeah, and their kids are fucking rad.
Yeah.
And then Boreas is about evenly leveled sorcerer and wizard. I think probably probably conjuration wizard or transmutation, I think, actually. Yeah. Something like utility heavy. Yeah. He's an accountant.
Yeah. What's Zed's ideal happy lifestyle? Please, I want him to be happy, please. Too. I think Zed's ideal lifestyle is that he just has a nice warm house with good food every day, and that he can do his adrenaline junkie shit with no consequences. And he just wants a boy, a nice boy to kiss. And that's the life that he wants.
I don't know about nice, but we're working on it.
I think Zed would also like to have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zed is just wants to be comfortable.
He's just a Taurus.
He just wants to be comfortable. He just wants to be having fun. He just wants to be able to do impulsive adrenaline junkie shit whenever he wants.
Okay, so Leo's at Endgame. That means Leo's at dancing together in the living room at 2 a.m. canon. Wait. Somebody in the chat just said Leo said kids. We hope. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
They got to get their shit together first, though.
Yeah. That's going to take a while. But yeah, Leo's at Endgame. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of stuff's gonna happen. But yeah, the aunts and uncles are very fun. We have joked. I think we were joking today about how Valorant and Adriel. I want to establish, yes, Moreland Valstein killed his gay brother. It wasn't for homophobe reasons. It's just because he was politically inconvenient. The fact that he is.
Well, that and like the whole thing that we're doing with the foundation of like building like Moreland's character arc as a villain, it is very much an illustration of like war is hell and war destroys people and turns people into monsters.
Yeah. Like we want to be very clear. Moreland Bells, nobody is born an abuser. Nobody is born a horrible person.
Hurt people. Yeah. Yep.
Like Moreland Valstein could have been somebody good.
No, I don't know about good, but
better. And then the war that he was entered into against his will fucked him up forever.
Yeah, he was honestly, like, personality-wise, as a teenager, very similar to Leo. Like, very flippant, didn't really give a shit, kind of like a bad boy, like, didn't really...
And, like, starting from that foundation, as we're going to see with Leo, he could have gotten somewhere that was, okay, that was good.
Decent, yeah.
A decent person.
But then he made the wrong decision at every possible juncture of his life. Every single time made the wrong decision.
Yep. And one of his biggest wrong decisions was that he stabbed his brother, who he was closest with of anybody in the world, in his bed to continue a war.
Because he had spent decades watching his friends get blown up and decided that there should be retribution for that.
Yep.
And his brother thought differently and had more power than he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he just fucking killed him.
Yep.
But we've done a lot of development on their dynamic, and we've done a lot of development on Moreland's dynamic with Alasha and with Kalessa's dad in this era.
Kalessa's dad.
I do. We
love Kalessa's dad. He's shitty, but he's funny.
He's funny. He's stupid.
He's the comic relief of the villain team.
Yeah. We made the joke earlier about Kalessa had to learn the phrase. The problem isn't that he lacks ambition; it's that he's an idiot from somewhere, and it was her mom in relation to her father. There's nothing going on in there.
Eamon Petrus was the captain of the Order of Iluna football team and got nepotismed into a high political station that he was just way too stupid to deal with.
The Volduran War was hell, but also Alasha in that whole era was just that TikTok.
I've got it. I've got the TikTok here. Let me play the TikTok.
You're not going to be able to hear it over the microphone, but that TikTok about having guy friends is weird but fun, or it's fun but weird, because sometimes they'll just tell you some shit that breaks your heart into a trillion pieces, and it's like obviously something they should have processed as a trauma 10 years ago, and then you're like, should I say it? Should I bring it up? Does he know that was bad? Is he waiting for me to validate him? And just going through that for like 5 minutes. And then your dude friend's just vibing over there like, Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you. That's Alasha's dynamic with Moreland and Eamon when the Volduran War was going on. Can I tell him that his dad sucks? Because this guy's dad sucks. Let me pull up the TikTok user so we can credit them.
Yeah. Oh, here. I've got it.
Oh, yes. Read their ad so we can credit them.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that credit, it's a really great TikTok. It is.
Literally.
Being friends with men is very very unpredictable because they'll just drop a childhood anecdote that shatters your heart into a trillion pieces.
Edibles Rex.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Alasha in like her 20s and 30s. Can I tell him his dad sucks? Because his dad sucks. We were thinking about it so much. But like, we've done a lot of building of those dynamics. And like, we did a lot of building of the Valorant and Adriel dynamic. There's a reason Valorant could get stabbed in his bed. And it is that his wife was not there because they're in a lavender marriage. It's just... and just... We joked about fucking Orland voice. You know... It's not great covering for yourself to ask for separate bed chambers the day before the wedding. And Adriel just like very dead, just deadpan. It's because we have a very tempestuous relationship, Moreland. We don't want our quarreling to affect the children. And it's funny because they've never fought in their lives because they've been best friends forever. Just we've done a lot of building of this dynamic. It's really good.
And also just the fucking dynamic of you're getting married. So how's that gonna work? You're gonna keep your fucking mouth shut. That's how it's gonna work.
It's gonna work by the immortal sibling law of shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we hate that they had such a good dynamic and that they were so close because it makes everything just immeasurably worse.
The immortal sibling law of if you tell dad, I'm gonna ruin your life.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then everything just went irreparably wrong.
And it went so bad.
Everything just went irreparably wrong, and all the people that were left alive became horrible people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a story about inherited trauma.
It's a story about inherited trauma, and yeah, as far as Team Villain goes, it is a story about war fucking sucks and does a number on people.
Yeah. Y'all gotta get used to being invested in people that aren't relevant in canon anymore now. Oh man.
Because that's what we do with every single thing we fucking create.
Yeah. Wait for campaign 2 when we have 4 generations of a family tree written out.
Yeah, this is only the beginning.
Yeah. Applaud our restraint for not giving a name to Moreland's shitty dad.
He did have a name. I forget what it is, and I'm not picking up my note because it doesn't matter because he was shitty.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's creating is writing a lot of things that will never see the light of day. And
like I said, we've done so much work on them now, though, that I probably am gonna write stuff for the Patreon. Like,
sign up for the Patreon. We're gonna add that. How do y'all do this? My characters don't even have surnames.
Autism.
That and the trick is to make your own characters your special interest. That's the short answer.
Yeah.
The long answer is when you're doing characterization, sometimes people do stuff and you think, where did this behavior come from? And then you develop the people that they grew up around, and you develop the people that,
And especially because, like, so much of the stories that we write have to do with, like, those behavioral patterns and like, dissecting inherited trauma and stuff like that. Just because, like, that's, number one, something we both have a lot of lived experience with. And number two, something we find really interesting as storytellers. And you can't tell those stories without really getting into the meat of people's motivations and what makes them the way they are, and really examining the kind of events and behaviors that precipitate that cycle of trauma. So,
and like the reason Valorant exists is because we were looking at Moreland's behavior and we were like, okay, what drives this person to pit his kids against each other that hard?
And it's the fucking ideal of, no, shut up. You're not allowed to love your family. That'll make it hard when you have to kill them for political reasons. Like
Yeah. Like, it's very much, it's just, you look at the behavior patterns and you think, why is that there? Like, that's why, like, creating characters organically and just kind of letting them happen is as good as it is for character creations, or is as good as it is for, like, development and, like, wider family development, because, like, sometimes characters just have idiosyncrasies as you're writing them, and you think, that's weird. That's weird. And also, somebody asked, how do you keep track of all this? Or how do you keep track of all this? Because I do have lore, but I forget it after I create it.
We have a notebook.
Yeah.
This is our notebook with all of this is the forbidden tome. Luke Skywalker voiced the sacred texts. This is the forbidden tome of Tom Tool lore.
We have a notebook. I write a lot and just kind of include things, little tidbits, and just kind of have documents that just have little bits of trivia in them. We have apps that let you keep track of like family trees and extended things like that. And also just if you work on something for long enough and it is your special interest for long enough. Yeah.
Which like this is just like this shit is all happening because we made our own special interest. And I think that's fun.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then we got where we are.
All right, you guys, we're going to do 5 minutes. If anybody has any more questions, go ahead and get in.
Get in there. Boy. But yeah,
because we had no development on any of the siblings except for Valorant.
Yeah, and then we just riffed.
And then we fucking went hog wild. Yeah.
And now they have personalities and we care about them.
Yeah.
Joanna, leave your husband.
Which, mild trigger warning for discussion of dead naming right here, but let's talk about big, huge asshole maneuvers.
I'm going to hold my hand up and then I'm going to put it down when we're done with this conversation. If you guys want to headphones off, but yeah.
Advanced big, huge asshole maneuvers, killing your brother and then naming your kid after him.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Big, huge asshole maneuver.
God.
Yup. It's a fun, light and happy D&D podcast. Yeah.
Do we get any Easter eggs in any book? Oh, there have already been Easter eggs. You just have to wait for them to hatch.
Yes.
The Beacon Part 1 as an episode is a huge Easter egg for season 2.
Yeah, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of Easter eggs in season 1 that will make sense later. Just, so much they will make sense.
And it's just like fucking so much of the Easter eggs in episode 9 was just like off the wall shit that Sabine was saying that was like of no consequence at the time.
It was just Sabine vibing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Sabine says a bunch of off the wall shit in episode 9 that like you totally forget by the time she's finished saying it.
Every Sabine line in episode 9
is an Easter egg. Yeah.
Just because Sabine knows so much about what's going on and she doesn't know that she knows everything.
Well, she doesn't know everything.
Yeah. But she doesn't know that she knows as much as she does because it's just like, when would this ever be relevant? Oh, goodness.
Fandom assigned characters, like what would their fandom be?
Yeah.
You did say the shit Sabine says could literally reveal the whole podcast. Not the whole podcast,
but
a good chunk of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fandom assigning is difficult. That's a lot.
Yeah, and we don't really have time to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Sabine knows a few things that will be very relevant. Shit that Sabine says in episode 9 is foreshadowing for most of the plot in season 2.
Yeah. And it's totally delivered in a way that you could just hand wave it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like brief sentence that Sabine says in the middle of the episode and then quickly moves on from whole plot of season 2.
Sabine has a weird habit of like doing that throughout the show. Like Sabine will just say some off the wall shit. Yeah. And then like 10 episodes later, that off the wall shit she said is like suddenly extremely plot relevant.
Sabine just oh man. Sabine just has such a drive to know everything that she does. And not everything, but like a lot, and then she just references things that she knows, and then you're like, hey, what was that about? And you don't find out for like
or she delivers them so casually that you're not like, hey, what was that about? Because it's just like, oh, she just like mentioned it offhand. Like it can't be that important.
Yeah.
No, it's the plot of season 2.
Yeah. But it's okay. She does this to her friends too. Somebody asked, how's Fecule going? Yeah.
We don't know. You tell us.
You tell us. Sorry, somebody in the chat said, "Hey, Sabine, can you have a throwaway line about Marlon dying?"
She can't predict the future.
She can't predict the future. She just knows stuff. She's just smart. She's not supernatural. She's just a smart woman.
The only person in the show that could predict the future was Adana Valsine, and she's fucking dead, bro. Fly high, queen.
Whoa. But yeah, like, Sabine can't predict the future. She just knows stuff. She just knows stuff that she doesn't know is relevant, and she just dropped the plot of season 2.
Sabine just says things.
The thing about Sabine is that she just says things.
And then it suddenly becomes plot relevant.
Yeah, and then Fee's standing there like, but wait.
Yeah, a good cheat guide to our podcast is every time Sabine Javaris opens her mouth,
it's relevant.
It's plot relevant.
Yeah.
It might not be plot relevant for another 2 seasons. But wait. Oh, fuck me. Okay. I think that's going to do it for us.
The fact that every trans woman is smart and powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Oh, man.
All right, guys.
That's going to do us for
this week,
oh, my God.
This was kind of a disaster this week.
Yeah.
We'll be better next. Oh, God. Next week is episode 19.
Sure is. Woo!
Yeah, we're gonna be it's gonna be a lot more sobering conversation next week, I think, and I think you guys are gonna be even madder at us than you were this week. So, it's fine. We just have to get through the end of season 1 and like 4 episodes of season 2, and then
we keep moving the goalposts. Yeah, and things get lighter.
We just have to get
through. We just have to wait until episode 21 of season 3.
and then it's all fine.
And then it's all light.
Well, no,
we
just have to wait.
Kidding.
Yeah, we just have to wait until we get through like the end of season 1 and like the first 3-4-ish episodes of season 2.
Yeah.
And then it is sea shanties and pirates and fun times had by all.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, you guys are going to be mad next week, and we're sorry in advance.
Yeah, episode 19 is good. It's good.
It's good.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun. Yeah, see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have fun.